Well, hello, and welcome back to the tower. Excuse me, obviously, I'm late, but better late than never. I didn't miss the tournament. It actually was more pleasant out today. A lot more pleasant than usual. Or, yeah, I guess than usual is the operative word here. So that was nice. But, of course, you know, we need to do our tournament. Tournamenting is the backbone. The backbone. I meant backbone. Backbone of the game, so we must continue to struggle against the inevitable. Alright, so let's get big towering, because, actually, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to surrender. Thank you for surrendering. What was I gonna do? No, I didn't need to do this. Why am I here? Oh, I do need to go there. Whoops. Subconsciously, I knew. Alright, we'll do... Oh, I don't have one that I can do. Oh, I can do it here with the util disco, because nothing's upgraded, yeah. Isn't that funny? Now I have cash per wave. Okay, but we gotta get serious. Hey, Gail, how you doing? Hey, Fuzzy, how you doing? We gotta get serious soon, seriously, in the tournament. There's supposed to be... it's the tower's 5th anniversary. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? So we're all excited, because you know how many gems we're gonna get for the 5th anniversary, guys? Oh, this could be fun. This could be really fun. What? Okay. Okay. There's a chance. Yes, Aaron. Maybe we, you know, Aaron, maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't want to say until we get to that part. Last stream, something unusual happened, and yep, we didn't do it. Let me enhance myself. How much enhance? Oh, that's a lot of enhancing. You know, we'll grab some attack speed. You can never attack too quickly. Am I right? Okay, we're throwing out numbers. That's great. I'm glad you guys like numbers. Nope, not gonna ever do Botox. Sorry to disappoint you. Alright, now I need to fix my modules, of course, because we do not... Like, I swear to God, if they don't give us, like, module spec or something, I am just gonna be very upset. Because I cannot stand... This is, to me... Oh, I don't have to change this one anymore. This, to me, is, like, the worst part of the game. Not having a preset. Like, come on. It's 2026. Give me a preset for modules. So that I don't mess it up. So that I don't make the mistake you want me to make. Wait, what's this? Yeah, this is the right one. Because everybody is depending on me to screw up. So we got Assy, Ampy, Spacey, QB, Singy, Fundy, True Dimmy, and Omi. Alright, we're ohmed up. Completely bricked up now. Okay, hopefully I got everything right. Now, I will pay a little bit more attention. I need to get everybody kind of in the tournament. Like, obviously, some people... Oh, shoot, I did it wrong. Whoops. Well, now we know that Tower 3 is not going to have it for the... Whoops. Oopsie daisy. Okay, is your bracket full, Tower 3? I didn't even scroll down. Okay, your bracket's full. Okay, we can queue somebody else up. Okay, Tower 4! Sorry, Tower 3 was Rocket Man's favorite tower. Tower 4 is Virus's favorite tower. Are you in Platinum? Yes, you are. Okay, you can go in. Oh. That's fine. Okay. Almost there, guys. Yes, I can hear you being angry at me. Hold on, almost there, guys. Alright, we have 2 to go. Hopefully your bracket is full by now. No, it's not even full, damn it. I don't remember, one of them went to gold. Oh, holy crap, I gotta catch up on chat. Hold on. Dixie? What do you mean, Dixie? I mean, maybe Fuzzy, but that would actually... Hey, Virus, how you doing? That would actually require me being prepared and having done the tournament already, which, you know, that's a... Oh, right. I can't do the trick with my... Oh, do I just do this? I guess I just do that now. What kind of thing is this? Fasty boy. Fasty boy means we only go out 2 ticks. Oh, and then I have to do... Hold on. I have to do this guy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Almost didn't do Big Tower correctly, so that's nice. At least we remembered. Alright, come on. Is Tower 4's bracket full yet? One of them didn't make... One of them got demoted to gold, and I don't know which one it is. I guess I can just kill both of them now. I mean, you know, take both of them out the runs now. Because I think one of them's in gold, and I don't know which one it is. I think it's Tower 6. No, he's in platinum. Tower... Okay, it's okay. I got it back. Tower 5. Sar's favorite tower is in now. And then... Tower 6 gets to go in immediately because he was in platinum. Okay. Everyone is in the tournament now. Thank goodness. Gracious, great balls of fire. We did it. Let me double check. +8, +8, +5, +8, +8, +17. Okay, so everybody's in the tournament now. Now I can pay more attention to chat, guys. Sorry. Chat is not disabled. Hey, Sar, how you doing? I could never do an only damage build, Fuzzy, because that one just sucks for farming, and like that's the whole problem with like a GC focused tower is it just sucks for farming. Like, it just to me would be so sucky to play. Obviously, some of my towers have a bunch of coins, so we'll get to spend those after. We did spend Big Tower. Big Tower has been making big coins. Gale, where are you, Gale? Gale hasn't asked the question. I mean, I don't respec Little Tower for the tournament as is. Like, I did see that guy's post, and then I saw that guy's, like, one of the comments on his post. Oh, there goes Gale. All right, I'll answer your question, Gale. 10.36S. Wow, that's a lot of S's. Sextillion, sorry. 5.59 quadrillion. So we now know Big Tower's making like 20x Little Tower, if not more. Or 2,000, sorry. 7.8 trillion for Tower 3, which is Rocket Man's favorite tower. Tower 4, Virus's favorite tower, is 9.5 trillion. Tower 5, Sar's favorite tower, is, we're going to round up to 6 trillion. And Tower 6, New's favorite tower, at 10.4 trillion. So is everybody having a good day? Are you having a good day, Gail? I can't wait. You're only at 24 sextillion, Ned? I figured the distance between us would be more than 2.4x. I thought you were, like, really beating me into a pulp. Oh, okay, you're riding the high from last stream where you got my goat. I got you. How disappointing that I let you get me. Yeah, well, Fuzzy, I want to build a better society for everybody. That's kind of the problem. Damn. Well, then, Ned, the gap, I think, will just continue to grow. I don't think I make a sextillion. What's your hourly? Because I make half a sextillion. On a good day, I'm making half a sextillion. I'm not even at 20 quintillion an hour. I don't know, we can look. I have the run history. Should Little Tower get the run history, guys? Do we want to see that? Do we want to see a run history? So you're doing triple me. Yeah, so you're doing like about triple me. Okay. Well, the gap between us will continue to grow. Okay, well, I was going to do run history when lab speed got to 99. It's at 91 now. I can't believe he's almost done with reroll shards. Maybe we should reroll something for him. Does anybody know, like, when you, like, what the best order for rerolling, like, like, what are the best reroll stats? Like, I know in totality what all the best reroll stats are. But does anybody know, like, which individual stats are best to get? Because I feel like he probably has reroll shards now that we've been researching that, and we probably should, like, reroll stuff. Like this guy. Like, I have Spotlight... So I have the Spotlight Angel, right? Should I keep that and go for more other stuff? Or should I... You know what I mean? Do you understand the dilemma? Dilemma... Because, Gale, I never researched what enabled it on Little Tower. And, you know, Little Tower has been kind of behind on his researches, so we've been researching things. And I was like, well, the longer I put it off, the higher my lab speed is, and the fewer gems it's going to cost. Because, if you look at it, somewhere here... It's down to 4 hours, which means the gem cost... Like, I'm not going to research this. I would just rush it with gems. So that was sort of why I was like, well, I'll just keep waiting until I get more and more lab speed. Obviously, he's doing, like, Recharge Nuke, which is, like, a weird one. But, you know, he had to do it. And he's also researching... what are you? Oh, yeah, 11 trillion. I'm trying to keep an eye on how much Golden Bot duration costs, because that one does get expensive. It gets up to like 100 trillion. But once we finish that, I think he will have finished all the econ researches. And then we're going to start doing, I guess, EHP researches. And I don't know where we're going to start. Actually, I think I know where we're going to start. We're probably going to start with wall thorns, because I feel like he needs more wall thorns. Because I feel like the quicker things die to the wall, the better it is for everybody. Also, I think at some point I need to do black hole damage percent, because I don't even have that on him. There's a lot of things Little Tower needs to do. But he doesn't have permanent black hole. Once he has permanent black hole, that'll be permanently better. But permanent black hole is going to take a bit. I think what we're going to do is we're going to drop it. We're going to get everybody to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Wait, what do you mean you don't know monetary policy? Like, your whole job is monetary policy, Ned. The tower is just a simulation of what we would do in a galactic empire to optimize for destroying meteors. The little shapes, they're really meteors, right? And we mine them, and then we sell the metals for coins. Have you maxed, you must have maxed everything but free ups, right? Because free ups was the one I was looking at. I'm like, oh, wow, you get expensive. What are my free ups even at? Oh, wait, it doesn't count here. At some point, I need to look at my tournament spec, because I'm going to do something crazy. We're going to do it after this tournament. We're going to do something crazy. Absolutely bonkers. Okay, so right now I'm in 13th place. 13th place is just not where I need to be. How would you fail, New? You never fail me, New. And hey, New, how you doing? Oh, New, it filtered you. That's funny. I don't know why it filtered you, New. You're here all the time. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if the workshop is going to let coins go to 4x in the next update, right? I think it's going to have to let coins go to 4x, cells go to 4x. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what else would go up. Because econ needs to be even more economic. No, Ned. See, no, that's not true. Don't ever say that, because there's... What, have you gold boxed the entire workshop plus, Ned? Did you tower smith your tower, Gale? Gale, did you do your tournament? You know how important it is to me, Gale, that you do your tournament, right? I don't want you to let me down, Gale. I did my Alexa Plus tournament. Gale, I love that you just stopped it arbitrarily at wave 27. You didn't want to go too hard on everybody. Oh, you got the wall? How do you like your wall, Gale? I keep wondering if we will ever learn how much our wall actually regens. Does anybody know? Also, I got my wall regen up to level 29 finally. It's working on level 30. Somebody asked me why I was doing wall regen, and I have to be honest with you guys, I am just at this point fishing for gold box researches. And then the next one that's going to happen is going to be for missile recharge. So prepare for that. Oh, how can you see it? No, I didn't know how to see it. And what do you know, guys? It's a brand new day. Is everybody excited for our brand new day of the tower? Oh, wait. Who wants to guess what we're going to get for the community event? Does anybody want to guess? Because I have a guess. Oh, can you click regen and see it? I mean, obviously for me, this is that time. Damn it, Fuzzy already guessed what I was going to say. He ruined it. Yes, we're going to get 5 gems, guys. 1 gem for every year. And they're going to give us the gems one at a time, so we have 5 presents. Can you imagine? Can you imagine getting 5 presents? Well, Fuzzy at least is on point. I can't wait to hoard all 5 of my gems at once. Really? Where do I see it? Do I see it? Do I click it here? No. Here? No. The brick? No. Oh, did they add it in here so I can see it? Oh, well, that's just my total regen. That's not the regen per second. Hey, Genesis, how you doing? I mean, at least they added the stat there, so you can see that your wall is actually healing itself. I don't know when should the little ones get wall? Because I didn't know when they should get it. Is it really buried in here? I mean, I do like how they made this better. Because they have total regen, which is nice. I mean, it's actually nice to have some of these stats we didn't have before. Hold on, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do a dangerous move. Oh, that reminds me. Hold on, I have to do something. I'm going to do something extremely dangerous, and I forgot to do it earlier. Oh, and Aaron, I'm sorry. I forgot to read your story. I need to learn how to read. Don't make fun of me, Aaron. I have trouble reading. I almost forgot because we don't have the reminder in game anymore to click the link. Oh, how do you like Moo Moo, Genesis? I have tried Moo Moo, and it's... Let me grab all my gems. Look at how rich I am. It's all good, New. The only reason I was saying that is because I know that's a meme on Reddit. How nobody knows how much their tower regens, their wall regens. Excuse me. Gail, I'm starting to wonder if your grandson's going to have problems. I mean, is your grandson sheltered, Gail? Because he shouldn't just be like, ooh, girl. That's supposed to be me, Gail, remember? Because I'm the guy that doesn't talk to women. I was so disappointed in you guys that you didn't make fun of me. I gave you guys the perfect opportunity on accident. And I was expecting you guys to ridicule me so hard and you didn't, and it ruined it. Well, it ruined it for me. I was expecting you guys to just rip me a new one. It was right there. It was so easy. And it wasn't intentional, because I really couldn't believe it was Sam. I really couldn't believe it was Sam. I was like, what? Oh well, there'll be another time. I don't know, it was just too funny to me. I wonder if they ever show my stream in the Tech Tree Games office. Like, are you looking at what this crazy guy Zaerdin is doing? Why does he have 6 towers? Who's regulating this? Unfortunately, like, I work for a boring company, so like all our social media stuff is boring, and people don't, you know, it like nobody's gonna stream our stuff that we do, right? Yeah. Well, Gail, so the whole thing was, right? The whole thing was, I was expecting when I was laughing that hard, that somebody would say what I told somebody to say, which is, what's wrong, Zaerdin? Have you never talked to a real woman before? Is that why you can't stop laughing? Wait, did the chat window break? Oh. No, it's okay. It's still working. Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay, that's... I knew I forgot something, and now I'm finding out what that something is. That's my fault. I have to... I forgot to check myself before I wrecked myself. That explains why everything... I'm like, wow, I got everything done really quickly. And that's why. I also forgot to do this. Imagine that. Imagine that I forgot to do that. Well, I'm glad that your grandson is talking to women. He needs to learn. And what did I teach you last stream, Gail? There we go, I fixed the chat. That your grandson doesn't need to be hot because he's a guy. I can't believe you forgot, Gale. Really sad now, Gale. It's okay. It's okay. We'll overcome this, Gale. You'll remember next time. Yeah, of course you remember now, because I reminded you. That's how that kind of works. I reminded you. So now you'll, of course, remember right this instant. The question is, will you remember next time? Also, I feel compelled to write a letter to somebody, like a physical letter. Oh yeah, please like the stream, guys. It helps out a lot. And also, don't forget creator code Zaerdin. I'm going to show you how to do it. You come in here to creator code. Z-A-E-R-D-I-N. And if you choose to support me, thank you so much. If you choose to support somebody else, well, thank you for watching. And if you choose to support no one, well, thank you for rejecting capitalism. Well, Gale, you have to wait, Gale. It's coming, but not yet. You have to wait for the right time, Gale. We can't just, like, do the story without the reason behind the story. Oh. I don't think we're ready yet, Gale. I don't think we're ready yet. I still have all my charges. Yeah, that's, yeah. Can I not have to think about that, New? I don't want to think about that. Can we think happy thoughts? I really don't want to think about that, New. That just you know. Just hold on. Just take a deep breath. It'll be over in a minute. I mean, he'll lose it eventually, but... I mean, the only good thing that's gonna ever come out of it is the dude's gonna have like 100 kids, so they're each only gonna have like $10 billion. I honestly, well, I don't want to talk about that. That's gonna spoil my book that I need to write. I want to write a book. And I need to know how to write a book. Again, well, I mean, I wrote a book. You know, I never linked you guys my book. I don't know if I was supposed to do that or not. I'm kind of shy about it. I don't know why I'm shy about it. I mean, I did it. I wrote the book, right? I should be more willing to share my work with you guys. I don't know why. I feel like you guys are going to judge me. It's not like yesteryear that I wrote a book like yesteryear. My book was like a Black Mirror episode because that's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a Black Mirror episode, and I was mad they didn't make it. And since I was mad that they weren't going to make things, and I even looked, because I went looking to submit an idea for a Black Mirror episode, because that's what I wanted it to be. I didn't really want to write a book. What I really wanted was Black Mirror to make a Black Mirror episode that was like my book. It didn't have to be like word for word or like my book, but similar enough, right? That's what I really wanted. And they didn't do it, and I couldn't find a way to submit the idea of my book to them. And then I'm like, great. Now I have to write the book. And see, now I want to write a second book. But my second book is going to end up being... I'm kind of worried it's going to be too much like Brave New World. Like, that's my concern. I feel like it's going to be too much like Brave New World, which is why I'm like... I'm not scared. Scared's not the word, but like why I'm hesitant to write it, because I'm like, man, this is going to be like Brave New World, and it's always going to live in Brave New World's shadow, and nobody's going to like it, even though my idea is like super cool. I think it would actually be cooler than Brave New World, by the way. At least more timely. Not timely? Is timely the word? I don't know. I think it'd be better than Brave New World. But the thing is, it has a lot of similarities with Brave New World. Also, my problem is you always have to have a romance subplot in these things, and like, I hate romance. I can't write romance, I'm a guy. What do I know about romance? Why can't the guy just be like deranged and demented like I am? I mean, that's why I love the book 1984, except for the 100 pages of romance, which I couldn't stand. I mean, I know everything's a remix, Ned. I know, Ned, if you haven't seen it, there's a YouTube video called Everything is a Remix. And I watched that, and that thing, that is like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Because that's when I really learned how much, like, there's nothing original. And so when people, like, get mad about AI or whatever, it's like, dude, nothing is original anyways. Everything is a derivative of something that came before it. The only way you're going to ever come up with an original idea is if you are born on an island and you literally have nothing there, and you are all by yourself, and there's no culture or anything. I've never been anti-AI like a lot of people are, and I thought that my stance on that was pretty clear, but that's more because I see AI as an inevitability, right? So if AI is inevitable, then there's no point in resisting it, because it's going to happen no matter what. And the fact that it has happened means that, the best argument that AI, like true AI, is going to happen is we exist, right? Because our intelligence came from nothing, so why couldn't we make a machine that becomes as our greater intelligence than we are? Why would AI not be an inevitable technology? What makes humans... It's like the counter argument to saying AI can't happen is that there's something so unique to humans that humans are some magical fucking thing that nothing could ever replicate. But I will say that my stance on how AI is going to happen is that we are going to make, like, an organic super brain. Because the organic super brain does not need to have the limitations that we do of, like, having a skull and having to get around and having to consume calories and stuff like that. So I think we're going to end up in, like, which is basically like Super Metroid, right? We're going to end up creating a mother brain because that's the most energy efficient way to get this kind of processing power. I mean, I guess we have a different definition of fail, because I don't see that as a failure, because that means that's the leap every technology makes, right? It goes from a research product to a consumer product. So, I mean, you might not like the chatbot, which is fine. Everybody's allowed to have opinions on things. What do you mean? Gail, what do you want me to say that you made an AI of a man's... Oh, congratulations? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that. Yeah, because that was... because embiggening was the way that they thought they were going to make it better. And, I mean, I know you're not going to like this answer, Fuzzy, but yeah, it did get better. Like, I use AI at work all the time. I legitimately use Claude Code as basically my secretary. He does a lot of my job for me. I mean, Fuzzy, when I can type in, hey, to Claude, and prompt literally say, hey, look at this, find out what's wrong, and it comes back and it diagnoses the problem correctly, gives me 3 different implementations of the solution correctly, and then I can say, okay, well, create the bug and create this, and then it creates the bug, puts all the information in the bug, creates the fix, merges the branch, and submits the PR, and all I have to do is copy a link. And I look at the code, and I know code well enough to know that this is right. This is the right solution to the problem. The unit test it created actually tests the problem. What do you want? And Fuzzy, like what really opened my eyes to this is I have a friend, okay? And she was doing the AI stuff before me. And so she had this thing and she was showing me it, okay? And I'm like, what is this? Oh, and she's like, oh, it's this thing called Blaze. This guy gave it to me and I just extended it because I didn't like what... And I'm like, oh, what's it made in? She's like, fuck, I don't know what it's made in. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what it's made in? And she's like, yeah, I don't know anything about it. I just, And I'm like, okay, can you show me your package.json? And she shows me the package.json. I'm like, oh, you made a React app. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm saying that the fact that I have a friend who calls herself a technology bimbo, and that and I'm like, oh, that's so endearing that you call yourself a technology bimbo, by the way. And that she's telling me that she has made an app that does something that she needs in her life. And she has no idea how it works. And the fact that you don't think that's amazing? I don't know what to say to that, Fuzzy. To me, as somebody who has seen people struggle with programming and stuff like that, and now they are able to do things like this, to me, that's amazing. How is it horrifying? If the app does what she needs it to do, and it solves a problem that she has, how is that a problem? How is that horrifying? Gail, we're not doing that, Gail. I haven't, Aaron. I haven't, to be honest with you. I haven't. Sorry. Yeah, but the thing is, Aaron is tired of the joke. I joked about it. He's told me he hated the joke, so I'm saying let's all be respectful and not do the joke. I mean, to be honest, my whole thing is like, I'm a results-driven person, right? If I can get the results out of AI, then it's good. If it gives me what I need, it's good. If it gives me stuff that I don't need, it's bad. That's... Oh, there's a beta? What's in the beta, Sar? Oh, I did it wrong. Well, that's fine. I don't understand where you're going with this, Fuzzy. Because you're like, again, I have a friend that knows nothing about programming who was able to create a program that she doesn't understand how it works, but that it accomplishes the goal that she's looking to accomplish. How is that not amazing? Like, that's what I don't understand. To me, it's amazing. I was really proud of my tech bimbo. Well, she's not my tech bimbo. I guess she's a tech bimbo. Her words, by the way, not mine. That was the best part of the conversation. I mean, she's like, I don't know, I'm a technology bimbo. And I'm like, you know, that was my favorite. And I'm just like, oh, that's my favorite thing about you. And she goes, I know. I mean, to me, that's like saying C++ is bad because now programmers don't know the intricacies of assembly. Oh yeah, I saw it in the news. Oh, the intro cutscene's skippable. Oh, rarities changed. Oh, they added a new bonus on mobile. I always wanted, you know, sorry, I always felt like they should have had a bonus for, like, you know how they have the 20x for CPS. I always felt like they should have a Souls bonus that was like 30x at least, that worked the same way, so you could just invoke it and make some extra souls like once a day. I mean, it's really not an Idol Slayer stream. Yeah, I will stream it when it comes out. But Fuzzy, you're misunderstanding the fundamentals, is that it can't steal. Because again, it's not stealing because it remixed everything. I mean, that's the whole way that copyright works, right? You are allowed to make derivative works. Like, if I look at open source code and I make my own implementation of that, I'm not violating their copyright. That doesn't violate anybody's rights. It's not taking anything away from anybody. Random event. Oh, okay, the timer. Okay. Yeah, this is a big update. Okay, I don't want to read the whole update right now, but yeah, that looks like a big update. And again, like, framing everything through copyright to me is a losing way to look at everything anyways. Because copyright steals more from us than it gives to us. And if you don't understand that, you don't understand who copyright benefits. I never said that LLMs were intelligent, by the way. I never said that. I said that it is impressive that my friend who doesn't know coding was able to use an LLM to make a tool that they didn't have access to. Not only that they made a tool that they were paying for, and now they can use that tool for free. And that's kind of amazing. I mean, if everybody... So here's the thing. If everybody stops coding and only AI codes, then what happens is the AI, like, you either are going to have the thing you want, which is model collapse, and if model collapse is, like, the thing you want, then who cares, right? Like, if model collapse is your argument, then you get model collapse, which is what you want, because you hate AI for some reason. Which, again, you're getting what you want, so what do you care? So what AI is a statistical approximation of a ton of data. I mean, it's basically how we work. In a model collapse scenario, Fuzzy, then the AI collapses, then it goes back to humans. That's basically what happens. It might be rough, but that's what would happen. I mean, this is why I don't understand this Fuzzy's thing about AI, because how I used to do my job, Sar, is I didn't copy code from GitHub, right? I would encounter a problem, and I'd be like, oh, I know there's an easy way to solve this. It's probably been solved 100 times. And then what I would do is I would Google, and I would go to Stack Overflow, look, thumb through Stack Overflow and say, oh, this guy had the same problem I'm having. I'm going to steal the solution this other guy gave him of how to do this thing. And then I copied that solution into my code, and then I used it, and it solved the problem I was trying to solve at work, right? I don't agree with that, Fuzzy, because the last update that I got from ChatGPT, the AI generator, is better than ever. And again, I don't even think model collapse is reasonably going to happen anyways, because what's going to happen is people are still creating the code. Like when I do the code at work, I still review the code, I still look at the code. The code still has to work, right? I can't just, destroy production. I mean, I guess I could destroy production if I wanted to get fired, but I don't want to get fired, so I don't destroy production. And, I also try to do my job well, but we'll go with I don't want to destroy production. So I mean, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say to your argument, because I think everything's going to be fine. I think the only risk we run into with LLM AI level stuff is that it's going to be too expensive. But that just means they're going to narrow the model down, right? Because if you have an AI that only does coding, right? You don't need to know history, right? And I think we'll just have to narrow the models down so they don't have to have all this irrelevant information. But hopefully they still know, enough to be very effective at programming. That's what I see happening. And then once we achieve that, where coding is so cheap, then we'll have this sort of self-selection of basically a lot of all the best coding practices is what the AIs get trained on. And then it kind of coalesces into better and better that way. That's how I see it. Yeah, as soon as we did the same thing. As soon as we switched to pay as we go, I'm pretty frugal with my token budget, so I haven't blown through everything yet. I find that AI is really effective at aggregating information. Probably the best thing I read is that AI and LLMs are going to change. Well then, Fuzzy, you better be preparing for complete collapse, so that I think everything's going to be fine. Might hurt for a little bit, but everything will be fine in the end. I don't see it as this existential thing. I don't even see it as a problem. And the whole thing is, your thing about human art is just not true, because the AI models are still getting better. The thing is, I generated that thing the other day. I'm like, wow, this is even better. That's fine, Fuzzy. I'm fine with that. If my job goes away and the AI is good enough to replace my job, that also means that I can use the AI to create a competing company to make a new job for myself. So, Fuzzy, I will not starve to death, because I have been preparing for this since a long time, so I'm not going to starve to death. I see the writing on the wall, so I've been saving and preparing for this. And it's, you know, it's really going to depend on how the government handles it. I have a garden, Fuzzy, that I grow my own food. So that's what I'm going to have to do, is start growing my own food. Unfortunately, that means I won't go to the store, but, you know, I just have to, I'm going to be eating a lot of potatoes and chicken. It's sort of like how in World War II you had to have the victory garden, right? I mean, I'm not really advocating a return to lower technology, but if it does happen and I lose my job and all that, I get to just... Well, Fuzzy, so here's the thing. If I'm unemployed, okay, the nice thing about being unemployed is I don't have to live in a specific area anymore. Because the nice thing, the thing is, my employment tethers me to a certain area. So let's say that AI becomes so good and it unemploys me. Then I can move back in with my mom, and I can live at my mom's house. And while I'm living at my mom's house, or maybe my dad's house, or maybe my, whatever, I'll live at somebody else's house, right? Because I no longer need to live in a specific geographic area. And then my mom will cook for me. It's not daddy's credit card energy. What makes you say that? I mean, what do you think is going to happen? It's already happened in San Francisco. Everything in San Francisco got so expensive, so the only way to survive... Well, it might not necessarily be my parents. Effectively, I can go move, Fuzzy, to wherever... I guess I should have phrased it differently, since you're just going to say, you gotta live with your parents. I can now move to the lowest cost of living area because I'm no longer tethered to my employment. Okay? So wherever that is, I would just move to the lowest cost of living area and go live there. Certain states do not asset test for Medicaid, so I can qualify for Medicaid in those areas. Oh no, I won't be the only one doing this, Fuzzy. Everybody will be doing this. But I mean, that's why I'm putting the strategy out there, right? Everybody should be prepared to do this strategy, right? And it's possible that the low cost of living areas will change when everybody starts doing this. But the states that don't asset test for Medicaid, they won't change. So you want to go to one of those states. And I mean, and Fuzzy, let's say that the absolute worst thing that happens, right? I mean, I can always die. You know, you act like there's no solution to this. Well, you die one day. It's like those people who talk about like, oh my God, the world's gonna end. You don't have a gun. What are you gonna do? It's like, well, like look. In a societal collapse, world-ending scenario, I'm dead anyways, whether I have a gun or not. I like that you think that a gun is going to make you survive in all this. But if you're not the biggest guy on the block, you're just collecting supplies for the biggest guy on the block. It's basically like I'm playing Fortnite, picking up all the loot, and then somebody snipes me. All I did was collect stuff. I don't care. I mean, I didn't say that, Fuzzy. I don't know why you would say that, but... I don't know why you would say that, because... But, that's always been my philosophy. That's not what I said, Fuzzy. I mean, Fuzzy, if you're just going to continuously misrepresent what I say on this stream, you cannot be a part of this stream. And, like, if you're just going to come here and antagonize me every stream, then you can just not be here, I don't know what to say. Like, it's getting kind of old that all you want to do is, like, antagonize me, and that's what gets your dick hard. It really is getting kind of old to me. I'm probably not the only one that's getting tired of it. But I mean, I know this will get your dick hard, for whatever reason. Oh, hey, we're first. We'll slow down now just to get a buffer. You heard me, Sar. I mean, we all know Fuzzy just likes to antagonize me and take things out of, you know, it's just old. Like, if you want to go be a troll, that's fine. Just don't do it here. I mean, Gale, I mean, like, this isn't like a rule that applies just to Fuzzy, okay? If you guys just want to troll me, like, I'll stop. I'll just, you know, I'm gonna have to start. There is no bigger picture, Fuzzy. I know what's gonna happen, okay? It's called the event. You can Google the event. And what's going to happen is the rich people are gonna have all the money and all the wealth and all the power. And the thing is, the AI bubble isn't really, I don't really see it as an AI bubble. It is a bunch of already super wealthy people making a bet, and that bet basically is, well, Fuzzy, I can find it. I found the article multiple times. It's called The Event. It's on Google. I probably could Google it right now and find it. I'm sorry that Google doesn't work for you. It works fine for me. Well, Gale, you know, maybe not be so trolly. And what happens is, and I mean, I've already predicted all this, so, like, to me, I've already predicted that this happens, so if it happens or not, I'm indifferent to it, because all it means is, like, my prediction came true, cool. But I already know this was going to happen, so who cares that it happens, right? It doesn't really matter. Is that the rich acquire all the wealth in the world, right? Because that's effectively what AI is. AI is a bet from a bunch of rich people to say, if this technology exists, it will allow me to control the entire economy of the planet. If I control the entire economy of the planet, I win. If I don't make this bet, somebody else will control the entire economy of the planet because I didn't make the bet. That is effectively what is driving the AI bubble. And that's what I feel like is missing from the discourse. A lot of people are like, oh, why is everybody in this bubble? And it's because the person that makes the ASI controls the universe. Okay? Or at least controls Earth. If you were already rich and you want to have power, you bet on AI because it gives you more power. That's all it is. And if that happens, that means that the majority of us will just, like, again, the rich people will build their enclaves as they have been doing. And that means they will leave us to die because we don't have money for them anymore. It doesn't necessarily mean that it happens in that way, but I absolutely do see a future where the rich have literally control over the entire society, and that they have robotic, like sort of like the robot. We'll go with the robot dogs because we have those already, and they arm the robot dogs with not guns, but they arm them with blinding laser weapons. And, you know, a lot of people have this idea in the head that in their minds that there's going to be another 17, I think it's 1789. And I laugh at that because the idea that the wealthy are just going to sit around in a country where everything is falling apart is, to me, so laughable that it doesn't make sense, right? If I was, let's pretend for the sake of this argument that if I was a billionaire, I would already be setting up, I wouldn't be setting up in Argentina, I would be setting up in New Zealand, right? Because New Zealand is so isolated from everything that, like, let's say the United States actually does fall apart. And if you think that, oh, well, the United States falling apart is just going to be the United States problem, that's not how any of this works, because it would cause a refugee crisis to Canada and all kind of stuff like that. Nothing happens in a vacuum. And I mean, you're talking like you're talking about if we hit 40% unemployment, what happens? Because that's what AI would do, probably 40% unemployment. Obviously there's two types of unemployment, right? One is 60% unemployment is we're all working 24 hours a week. The alternative is 60% employed, 40% unemployed. And again, if you're actually worried about this scenario, you better be trying to save money. Well, congrats, Gail, for waking up at 3:30 in the morning. I don't know what to say to that. But, again, if the U.S. does fall apart or whatever, then your goal would be to move to, like, New Zealand or something like that, to be well out of the way of where this could happen, right? And, because New Zealand is probably one of the most self-sustainable countries, they are dependent on certain imports and exports, but there was a big study conducted on which country was, like, the most resilient, and New Zealand was up there. And, of course, you want to be in a stable society because a stable society is not going to turn the pitchforks on you, right? I know that they did the Argentina thing. Argentina just doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean, that's the AI thing. They're all making a bet that one of them. Well, it is really expensive, new, but not when you're a billionaire. Okay, we're not talking about the average person. We're talking about people with more money than God, right? We're talking about people who have billions and billions of dollars. So, like, they'll be fine. I promise you, new. They will be fine in New Zealand. They're not going to have any problem in New Zealand. This is like, I'm not even talking about people that have $100 million, right? I'm talking about people who have $1 billion. I think at $100 million, you'd probably be fine in New Zealand too. $100 million, 2% a year, $20 million a year. I mean, $2 million a year. So you should be fine at $2 million a year in New Zealand. But I mean, I just don't know where Fuzzy's going because, yeah, I could lose my job. I've lost my job before. It's a thing that happens, right? What concerns me more about AI is not losing my job. What concerns me more about AI is that if these AI companies make deals with other incumbent companies that basically give them preferential pricing on their AI models. Fuzzy, I can't resist the event. I don't know why you think I could resist the event. The event is going to happen regardless of whether or not I consent to it. The event is bigger than me. I'm not going to be able to resist the event. Nobody is. It doesn't benefit me. Like, societal collapse, Fuzzy, I don't know. I guess you have this illusion, right, that because I have a YouTube channel that I'm like a multi-millionaire? And that's not the case, so societal collapse doesn't benefit me. A very odd statement, Fuzzy. I see the event as inevitable. It will depend on who is president, what we do about the event, but I see it as an inevitability. Yes, Fuzzy, I do. I mean, again, you're assuming I have more influence over what happens than I do. I don't know what to say to this. I can't. I'm not in any way able to change any of this. This is bigger than me. Bigger than, you're acting like I am an investor. Fuzzy, there's nothing I can do, dude. There's zero I can do. Because what you're asking me to do is to get unemployed faster. Because that's what you're going to ask me to do. Oh, go resist. And it's like, cool, I'll be the guy that resists the AI. And then they decide to say, well, Zaerdin is not using AI like he's supposed to. Guess we get to fire Zaerdin. Because that's what resistance is going to have, and then I lose my job anyways, and it's like, well, I lost my job anyways, cool. Cool, I guess. I lost my job faster. Thank you, Fuzzy, for the great career advice. And I don't have a problem with AI. I think it's amazing. So, like, you trying to make me anti-AI when it's this, to me, it's an amazing tool. And this amazing piece of technology. It's sort of like what I feel a lot of people are going through is what Gary, the chess guy Gary, I can't think of his name. I can't say, well, I know his name is I can't say his name. When he lost to Deep Blue, he was pissed off. And now you look anywhere, every chess YouTuber talks about our best friend Stockfish. And that's how I see AI. You can hate it all you want. It's gonna win. It's that strong. They said it wasn't gonna happen to Go. Yes, Kasparov, thank you. And now, like, every guy who wants to be a chess grandmaster trains against AI. And we got Magnus Carlsen out of it. But he absolutely hated Deep Blue. And I feel like that's where a lot of people are with AI, is they absolutely hate AI. And he was the same way. And, like, all his hatred didn't stop Stockfish. Stockfish still happened. And I feel that's where everybody is with AI. And so, since I've already... Well, Fuzzy, you cannot like it. I think AI art is pretty good. Not quite there yet. Needs to be a little bit better, but pretty good. I would say it's better than the median human artist. From a programming standpoint, I would say it might not be better than the median programmer. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. No, because I can look at a nice... There are certain artists that make art that is actually better than AI. But there are a lot of median artists out there that are not better than AI. And that's just reality to me. There's a lot of art out there that's not better than AI. And that's why I specifically chose the word median, right? A lot, and it's sort of like, that's fine. That's your opinion, Fuzzy. I don't see. The thing is, to me, AI is a tool, and if somebody created AI art with the tool, they're still trying to pick out something that they think is good. And that, to me, is why I think it's better than the median, right? Because you're not gonna, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of art out there, but I would still say it's probably better than the median artist. I mean, I'll say this, like, the art that AI creates for me is better than I can create. It's better than what I could do. And I don't have a problem with that. Programming, I wouldn't say it's better than what I can program, but it does a lot of the tedious stuff that I didn't like about programming. So it's like, wow, I don't have to do that tedious stuff? Well, that's nice. It's like basically like my secretary, and I love it. And it reminds me of somebody took this was the most amazing thing that I saw. Somebody took, if you missed this was incredible. Somebody took an actual Monet painting, posted it on Twitter, and said it was AI. They then sat there and farmed all the people criticizing how terrible this AI art was. Which means it's all about perception. Once AI art is imperceptibly different, then nobody's going to have a leg to stand on. And it'll eventually get there. Which to me tells us one thing, is that people, certain... Why not? Why would their criticism be invalid? Because I couldn't recognize a Monet painting. I certainly wouldn't criticize a piece of art like that without, I don't know, at least like looking it up. But it perfectly captured the sentiment of people who just like hate AI. It's the perfect capture of that, because they have an irrational dislike of AI. In my opinion, it's irrational. But it's to me, it's only irrational because the technology is inevitable. Okay, I want to be very clear. It's an irrational hatred because AI is inevitable. And anyways, my only concern about AI is actually very different. My concern about AI is, let's say Anthropic makes ASI. All right, let's say Anthropic actually does it. They make ASI. To me, the worst outcome we could have happen is Anthropic and like Walmart. Okay, Anthropic sells its ASI to Walmart, right? And Walmart says, okay, we're going to buy your ASI, but we want, you know, to have cheaper token prices and exclusive access to your best model. And that what happens is Anthropic goes and creates that kind of exclusivity agreement with a bunch of other companies. Okay? And so all the incumbent companies that exist get exclusive and this sort of is happening with Mythos, right? The problem with that is you now have created a society where nobody can create a competing product, because to buy the same knowledge from Anthropic will now cost 2 to 3 times more. So no company would ever really be able to compete with one of these incumbent companies. That would be my biggest concern. It's actually what I consider an extension of the Robertson-Patterson Act, or Robert-Patterson Act. I don't know exactly, because basically, in my opinion, the number one regulation AI needs is that whatever the prices for the tokens must be sold the same to everybody. So if you have a batch of 1 billion tokens, that price cannot discriminate based on company. That, to me, is the greatest threat that AI poses. Is that they would have exclusive agreements and basically freeze up the economy where nobody can compete because their model is so good. Yeah. I mean, AI already does that. That's fine, Fuzzy. And I'm not really, I don't consider myself an AI bro or anything like that. I just consider AI an inevitability. Welcome back, Gail. Do I think we're in a bubble? Yes, we're in a bubble, but not like traditional bubbles. It's not, in my opinion, like traditional bubbles anyways. I'm not becoming one, Fuzzy. I don't know why you would think I'm becoming one. I just use the tool, and the tool is good. It's like getting mad at somebody for using Photoshop because they can edit pictures. My favorite quote is, I think Orson Welles said it, which is, I don't want to wait for the tool, I want the tool to wait for me. I mean, that's fine, but I mean, like, I don't see the problem with that. And again, if they get mad, then that just kind of proves my point that, you know, what copyright is designed to do is like what I was starting with this, is what copyright is really designed to do is only benefit the 1%, which is what I was saying. You don't want to use AI for math, Gail. See, the funny thing is this already happened with math, and I'm sort of surprised nobody knows about it. You have to look at my, like, Wolfram Alpha. I mean, Genesis, this goes so far back to when the mechanical loom was invented. And that's why a lot of these people call themselves Luddites, because when the mechanical loom was invented, the weavers were so upset that a machine was able to do their job as good as they were that they went and smashed the looms. And so this is not a new human emotion, right? This is a thing that is as timeless as since the Industrial Revolution. And, like, the Luddites had a point in the sense that... No, they weren't. They were a destruction of capital movement. But the Luddites had a point in the sense that the capital had basically... The capitalists had made their skills redundant. A labor movement does not have to result in capital destruction, Fuzzy. Thank you, though. However, their anger shouldn't have been at the loom, or the people using the loom, the mechanical loom. No, Fuzzy. I don't know, you know, Fuzzy, I don't even know what you're getting at. I don't think you listened to me. Oh, I forgot to put this up. But, you know, the issue was that the weavers only had one skill. No, labor does not demand the destruction of capital. The destruction of capital actually benefits nobody. Unless you want us all to go back to the Stone Age. And I don't really, I personally find the Luddites really hard to agree with, right? Because... okay, so a machine replaced your skill. Like, that doesn't give you the right to go destroy the machine. That's not right. In no society is that the correct response. Nobody should be allowed to destroy somebody else's property. That's insane. Well, you can use AI for a lot of things, Aaron. Hold on, let me get everything set up so I can send Big Tower out farming. Oh, wrong one. I don't know why. I mean, they destroyed the property because it took their jobs, right? But they should have really just learned new skills instead of being mad that their job was replaced by a machine. Like, I don't have any sympathy for them because their anger was misplaced. They shouldn't have been angry at the machine. And again, they still lost. No, I was taught I know all about it, Fuzzy. That's what they did. They smashed the looms. They were angry about industrialization because it invalidated their skill set. And it invalidated their livelihoods. But that was a governmental failure, and it was the capitalist was not wrong for wanting to automate production. That's insane. I guess it's fine. I know all about the stupid movement, and it was stupid. In my opinion, it was a stupid movement because you're never going to defeat... They didn't win. You're not going to defeat technology. I much prefer what the longshoremen in LA, what their union did, because whenever new technology got brought in, they made sure that that new technology was part of a union guy was going to work and use that technology. I don't know what to say to that, Fuzzy, and I don't know why that's relevant. Oh, what's my game speed? I don't really understand where you're going with that. I'm not consistently siding with capital. I'm siding with automation because I believe society is better when things are automated. That has nothing to do with capital. That has everything to do with, I think society is better if we aren't doing as humans menial tasks. The problem, and it's a government problem, is that the government has not responded to these type of things correctly. So I don't really blame the capitalist, because your goal, if you own any company, is to like anybody who starts a company, your goal should be to have only one employee, you. That should be every company's goal, to have one employee and it's only you. Maybe two if you don't want to run things day to day. You have one guy who runs everything. Everything else is automated. That should be every company's goal. The counterpoint to that is then government needs to tax these entities correctly so that the wealth from these corporations is redistributed to the population. Not through stifling technology or automation. And that's why I feel like the Luddites were wrong, right? And again, like they were also wrong because they lost, right? Like their movement didn't win. Like the mechanical loom still won. So what was the point of fighting it? The loom won. That's the lesson that we should all take from that. Is that we need to implement a taxation system that says, okay, if you're going to produce so much with so little, you need to redistribute it through taxation to society. Not go there and destroy the factory. And that communities should have more input on how the businesses are run, right? Not that they destroy the factory, but say, well, this is how you're going to conduct business in our community because you're going to work here. This is how you're going to pay taxes. This is how you're going to use the water. This is how you're going to use the electricity. But not that we should just not let the technology happen. Because the technology is inevitable. Trying to stop the technology will never work because it's inevitable. Like if you try to ban the technology, all you're doing is moving it to another country. It's like we banned we banned certain illegal drugs in the United States. That didn't stop the drugs from being produced. They just get produced somewhere else. I have seen that a lot of people are like at least with programming, I have read about a lot of people who are, and to me it's sort of confusing because, you know, I work as a software engineer and I was reading these people who are like upset that their job that they used to enjoy is no longer fun. And I was always, I guess I was confused by that because like, the majority of my job is not solving the novel problems, which is what they were upset about. The majority of my job is going to meetings to write a bunch of code that is effectively not solving novel problems. It's more like, okay, I just got to re-implement this thing, and it just takes, a lot of typing. Oh, my chat froze, Gale. I showed it earlier. It's about 80. I mean, no, sorry, that's a bad one. About over 100 quintillion. I mean, if I get laid off, Fuzzy, I get laid off. It is what it is. I mean, I can tell you've never worked in a corporate office because, like the majority of a lot of jobs is meetings. Because one of the most important things about a corporation is the dissemination of information, and the best way to disseminate information is meetings. So there's a lot of meetings. What do you think software engineers do? I got to work with the business to figure out what the business wants. Then I got to work with the business to figure how to implement the thing the business wants, because the business doesn't understand technology. And then I implement the thing, and then we do it again. So if you're actually software engineering, you have a lot of meetings, because you have to meet with different people to get the requirements, etc., and then you have to refine the requirements, etc., etc. It's more that the executives do not necessarily have the technical skills to understand the thing they want to do, how it should be implemented. And then, of course, there's legal, right? Because there's a lot of things like executives want to do, but they can't do because it's illegal. So legal has to get involved sometimes, because, legal's the check on, like, I want to, do this, but is that against, can I do that? Yeah, Gail, I've been farming 19. It finally worked. Oh, sorry, I figured it was kind of obvious because we're farming 19 now. I mean, I don't really have, I guess it's because, like, I remember the Occupy Wall Street movement that happened, which is probably the closest thing we've had to the labor movement in the United States in a while, and nothing came out of it, So I'm kind of, like, realizing that, I don't really expect, anything to, like, dramatically change or anything like that. Especially now, ever since, like, they've started laying after all the technology companies have started laying everybody off. I'm sure that I have no doubt that my company would be very happy to get rid of me, in the sense that, if they could function without me, like, they make more money, right? So I have no doubt that that's, what my company would like to do. But again, that's every employee, right? It's not like I'm some special snowflake, it's every employee. I just don't worry about it. If it happens, it happens. Nothing I can do about it. Except go get another job. No, I would go back to be a programmer somewhere else, Fuzzy. I have enough confidence in my skills that I'd be able to find another programming job somewhere else, even though the market's bad. The market being bad just means it takes longer, right? Everybody still needs technology. It's not going anywhere. Like, most likely, I would end up working, probably at a small, assuming I couldn't get a job at a big company. No, I'm not gonna not have a technology job, Fuzzy. That's what my computer science, I have a computer science degree. Why would I not use my computer science degree? There will be plenty of computer science and programming and software engineering opportunities out there still. Now, will it be as good of a job? Who knows? That's a question for the future. I mean, I've been laid off before. It's not really... To me, it wasn't... Like, when I got laid off before, it wasn't a big deal. So, like, if I get laid off again, it's not going to be a big deal. And I'm sure the market will eventually recover. It's again, it's a question of how long it's going to be. Yeah, Fuzzy, but I'll be fine. I mean, I've been laid off before. I've applied for other jobs before. It's just a process. No big deal. I mean, I don't think I'm going to become famous, Aaron, but yeah, maybe. I don't really plan on becoming famous anyways. No, I'm not. Well, let me put it this way. When I look at my YouTube earnings, I'm not famous enough where I could not have a job. I couldn't even pay anything. But that's fine. I do this for fun. Mostly. Oh, damn. I gotta go to the store soon. I completely lost track of time. I can't necessarily wait until the tournament ends for Little Tower Gale because the grocery store isn't going to stay open. I'm not on a yacht. So that's one thing new. I don't even own a car new. You think I would have a yacht? You guys are insane. I'd never own a yacht. I could have $1 trillion and I wouldn't have a yacht. Because again, a boat's just a waste of money. I'd be saying this from my bunker, because I definitely would have one of those. Yes, Gail, I walked to the store. I also don't predict total societal collapse like the event that's going to happen anyways. I would see it something more akin to the Great Depression, which is why I'm not really worried about it. We lived, you know, my grandparents made it through the Great Depression. I'll make it through the Great Depression. I have a few times, Gail, run to the store. I try not to run to the store. Usually, if it's that close, Gail, I give up on going to the store. I'll be right back. What's the holiday, sir? I'm making my way back. What holiday is it? You guys have so many holidays in Europe. Wait, is it midsummer? Is it already midsummer, sir? I almost said Saul. I said almost. Oh, who's Corpus? I'm not familiar with that, Jesus. Here you go, Aaron. I actually unlocked some stuff. I got the animal auto buyer, I got the order of animals, and I got the lab auto buyer. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I was looking for automatic supernova. Now I have it. Oh, thank goodness. I don't have to super. I was manually supernova. No. Oh wait, who's Christy? Is she hot? Oh, now I have auto. I didn't realize I had auto supernovas. That's so nice. All right, Gail, you're asking a lot of really personal questions. It's Walmart. Oh, so she's that hot? Damn, sorry, you were holding out on me. I didn't know she was that hot. Oops. Oh, come on. Switch. Is there any, Aaron, do you know if... it's Walmart, Gail. You know, everybody's favorite store, Walmart. Don't you go to Walmart, Gail? Can't go to Costco. Costco's closed. It was sad. Walmart used to be open 24 hours a day, and now it's not anymore. Very sad. Look at us go, Aaron. Gail, I don't know how to answer that question. Do I like going? Probably not. I like having the automation because a lot of this game is very slow. I can't wait until I have the automation for the dilation upgrades. That's going to be really nice. I was very happy that I got the... I didn't know I had the auto supernova. I don't know how long I've had that. I didn't scroll down. I mean, Gail, what do you want me to say about Dixie? This is the thing, Gail. You say things, and it's like, what would you like me to respond about Dixie? I'm not your grandson. There's not really a lot for me to say about Dixie. I hope she's nice. Did Dixie win? I think we get 8 SAR. Let's see, I get New Year's, I get Memorial Day, I get July 4th. I get Labor Day. I get Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, and Christmas. I get 7. I think I have some that are floating holidays, but I don't remember. Yay, we completed all the challenges. Columbus Day is a banking holiday, Sar, but I don't work at a bank, so I don't get Columbus Day. Same thing with Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King is a federal holiday, but it's not necessarily mandatory to give that holiday, because it's a federal holiday. It's just like Juneteenth is a federal holiday. But we don't get the federal holiday off because, you know, we're not a bank. So there's a lot of like banking holidays, Sar, that I don't qualify for because I don't work for the federal government and I don't work for the bank. And really only banks follow it because of I don't know why they're subject to the federal holidays, but they are. Banking is the only thing I know that actually follows the federal holidays. There might be another industry that does, but banking's the only one. I'm sure it has to do with some federal regulation, you know, thing that I'm not aware of. I'm not a bank. I mean, you guys think I'm a bank, but I'm not. Yeah, so the federal holidays are more like for private companies a recommendation, but not mandatory. Like, for example, sorry, I don't even have sick time. I just have a general pool of time I can have off. So if I get sick at work, I actually have to use my vacation to take the day off. So I just work when I'm at my desk, coughing, sneezing, blowing my nose, you know, feeling like I want to die, but I still have to be at my desk dying actively. Unless I use my vacation, which I didn't want to do because why would I use my vacation when I'm sick, right? I will just die at my desk and just be, unfortunately, not as productive if I wasn't sick. And then I had everybody ask me how I got sick because I never leave my house. And I'm like, guys, you know I go to the grocery store. A lot of people go to the grocery store. They're probably all sick too. Oh, it's so nice. I have automatic supernovas. I just have to wait for it to finish. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about ILM Plus. But I also heard it takes a lot for it to work. So it's not for me. I actually don't know what I'm going to do with... Oh, wait, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm saving up my stones because we're going to have a new... Didn't they announce a new gameplay update or something coming out? so I guess I need to start saving. Or am I hallucinating that? I thought somebody said that there was going to be an update soon. Wait, what's the thing at the end of the video we're supposed to watch? Do we... Oh, I can't believe they only posted the video on Instagram. Do they not understand the demographics of their player base? Like, okay, I'm going to be a little bit sexist here, but you guys got to forgive me. Do we think that the tower is, like... So, Fuzzy, I want to be extremely clear. I never question labor movements, okay? What I condemned was destroying automation. Two separate things. And yes, and again, I never said the United States doesn't need a labor movement. I never said that. I don't know why you... What I'm saying is, no, you do not have to... This is the whole thing, Fuzzy. You do not have to destroy stuff to be an effective labor movement. What did Martin Luther King teach everybody, if you were paying attention? That you can achieve your goal non-violently. Same thing Gandhi taught everybody. You do not have to destructively achieve your ends. You can constructively and non-violently achieve your goal, and it will be more effective than if you achieved your goal using violence. No, that's your whole problem. You think violence is the answer to everything. It's not. Non-violence is actually more effective than violence. Non-violence has the moral high ground over violence. As soon as you think that violence is the answer, and if that's your worldview, Fuzzy, that you think the only way you can get results is violence, you're just going to lose. Because they have more... Okay, I mean, Fuzzy, like we just have two incompatible worldviews. Because if you think violence is the only solution, you will always lose. Because the rich people have more guns, more ammo, bigger guns, and bigger ammo than you'll ever have. And if that's your worldview, that explains everything. That just explains everything, because violence is never the answer. No. I'm saying see, again, this is where you just intentionally take what I'm saying and say the opposite thing. You are the one saying that the violence is the only answer because of Malcolm X, etc. I'm saying violence is not the answer because the other side already has bigger guns. Yes, you did. Yes, you said destroying somebody else's property is violence. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. That is violence. Destruction of somebody else's property is property violence. Hitting a bully back is violence. Absolutely is. I suggest you go read what Gandhi did. I really suggest you go read and study what Gandhi and what Martin Luther King really did for this, for people. Absolutely hitting a bully back is still violence. There's no two ways about it. That's the problem. Now I understand the problem. One day you'll understand. Maybe you won't. That's not what I said either, Fuzzy. That's not what I said either. I said non-violence is the solution. It is the difference between revolution and evolution. And I believe in evolution, not revolution. At the end of the day, the countries with strong labor laws didn't get there because of violence. They got there because of an agreement, because of negotiations, because of diplomacy. Unfortunately, it's easy to get people to act against a labor movement. They worked, not because of violence, but because of the stoppage of work. And that's the whole thing. You think you have to be violent and do all these violent things. No. No, no. If they were going to go to war, they would win. They always win. They have more guns. They have more everything. You're not gonna win that way. How is work stoppage violence? Hey, Kathy, how you doing? If a group of people decide to strike, that is non-violence. That is fundamentally non-violence. There's no violence there. Nobody thinks that's violence, Fuzzy. I don't know what you're saying. Nobody thinks that not working and striking is violent. That is not violent. You're not destroying anybody's property. You're not attacking anybody. You're not hurting anybody. So that is the definition of non-violent resistance. I mean, and again, you're just trying to make an argument out of nothing, Fuzzy, so I'm just gonna not respond, I guess. So, okay, Fuzzy, that's what you believe. I don't believe that. That's the end of the conversation. Wait, what? Uh-oh. I was neglected. Wait, where did Tower 4... Wait, did Tower 4 disappear? Huh? It did disappear. Oh, it must have just disappeared. I don't know what it is with the new update. Like, it crashes all the time. Hey, Glenn, how you doing? I'm about to get ready to the store. This is an interesting stream. And not interesting in the way I would like it to be, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, Fuzzy, whatever, man. You have your belief, I have my belief, it's all good. I'm just, you know, Fuzzy, I just need to learn just not to engage with you. That's the, you know, I'm kind of an idiot. That's the real lesson, right? To say, okay, Fuzzy, you have your belief, I have my belief, it's fine. Enjoy your belief, I'll enjoy my belief. I'll learn eventually. Sometimes I am a little slow learner, but, you know. I do need to get ready. Oh, shoot, I do need to get going to the store. Alright, I believe there's a peaceful revolution, Fuzzy. Again, you have your opinion, I have my opinion. Oh, well. I guess we got to see the end of Little Towers tournament, too. How about that? Okay, Fuzzy, I mean, hey, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. That's fine. Enjoy your belief. I'm going to enjoy my belief over here. I have, Aaron, I got, I didn't get too far. I got all the easy trials done. I couldn't do any of the medium trials. I was able to at least get all the easy ones done. But I haven't been I tried doing medium 2. I think medium 2 is the easiest one, and I wasn't able to do it. At least I think it was the easiest one. I'm not 100% sure what the easiest one is. I also don't know how to automate Unity, which is kind of what I need to do, so it just kind of lingers. We will go farm. And I have to get ready to go, so hold on. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate you being here. I really appreciate you stopping by, Glenn. You too, Aaron. Well, Fuzzy, there's always tomorrow. It's not like the game ends tonight. Yeah, we'll be back on Saturday, guys, so... Alright, I gotta get to the store. So once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Wait, oh, damn it, I screwed it up. Once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day. Good night, everybody, and happy farming.